It's Tuesday. Time for another episode of Mart Radio.
Oh, did you miss me? Well, guess what? I'm telling it. That's right, and I'm going to keep on telling it.
It's the Mart Radio Show.
Some of it you're going to like, some of it you ain't.
Mart Radio. Radio.
And once again, welcome to the Mart Radio Show. I'm just so happy to be here tonight. It was a very short week, and I'm so glad because I missed all of you. And tonight we got Miss Beth with us, Mr. Johnny is with us, Triquita is with us, and Teresa. And guess what? We got a special guest with us tonight.
Woo-hoo.
His name is Mr. Chaprell Pitt. He's with the Kinston Spirit Track Club. Mr. Pitt, I'm going to tell you why you're here tonight. You were chosen as one of the hometown heroes for the outstanding work that you do with the Kinston Spirits. But a lot of our listeners out there right now, they don't have a clue what the Kinston Spirits are. So why don't you tell us exactly what you do?
Okay, the Kinston Spirits is a local track club. This is our 11th year in existence. And the reason I started the track club because this is a sport where no matter if a kid is overweight, it could be handicapped, slow, whatever, there's something for every kid to do in Kinston Spirits. And the program is a year-round program. So I have kids that's committed year-round, I have kids who get in, get out, they may have other interests going on. And the reason I started the program, like I said, that's one thing where I can have the most kids who want to do something versus like basketball, you might have 12 kids on the team, football, 30, whatever. And my mother always told me, she passed away 3 years ago, like whatever community you in, let them know you did by the work you do with the kids. So that's something I've always been passionate about. I've had situations where I've had maybe job opportunities and I put my kids first, before stuff. But like I said, I just have a passion for kids. And the thing that always stuck with me when I was 8 years old, I always played tennis up in junior college. But there was a guy that he used to work for the recreation department. This is in the early 80s, Danny Phillips. He came and picked me up like 5 days a week because he knew I was passionate about tennis. He didn't make a cent from it or whatever. So that always resonated with me. And sometimes I do motivational speaking. A lot of times I always mention him and mention my mother, as far as influences or whatever. And like I say, I'm just passionate about catching young minds and molding them. And it's not just track that I put in, I put life lessons in them. But like I said, when uniforms, like I don't care what your economic thing is, when we go out of town, we look like $1 million. Right. And awesome. And the big thing that I really push today, I mean, a lot of kids are on computers, not getting outside like we used to do, riding bicycles. So like me, I'm old school. Like we're gonna get out there, grind, we're gonna have fun, we're gonna meet people, you're gonna learn how to be yourself. And I got an environment where when you come out there, it's just gotta be you. You don't have to feel in a certain way. Your natural thing's gonna show through. And like this past year, I think kids associated with me, I got like 8 kids in college that were associated with us. So, and that's more than a lot of high school, football teams, basketball teams. Last year I took my kids to Marietta, Georgia, Washington, D.C., Virginia. Like every state we go to, we represent. Like we're known for what you call, and like I said, we grind. I always put the videos on Facebook so parents can see what's going on. Like I said, a lot of times with this, the way stuff is today, if they don't see it, they're not going to believe it or they're not going to investigate. So I flush it down their throats every day. I just put a video from practice every day. But I got some of the best kids. That usually we have about between 30, 40 kids, and sometimes it's more. And this year the Junior Olympics is at North Carolina A&T, and Adidas is at North Carolina A&T this year. So I always make a long-term goal for our team. And last year was at Iowa and Oregon. So we have them right here in our backyard. So it changes every year. So the last time we had Junior Olympics, I had 12 athletes from Kinston make the Junior Olympics. And maybe 3 weeks ago, we got the fastest kid in the United States, 12-year-old, that goes to, I'm trying to think of the school this Kentucky Savannah, Edmund Hall. So he was the fastest 12-year-old at AAU Nationals this year. And I had 13 kids make All-American. And All-American is the kids finish top 8 in the country. And kids come from every state. So this is not just anything local. And like I said, I'm old school. So when they come out there, we grind it. You know what I'm saying? We're going to work. We're going to learn life lessons. And like I told them, our goal is to, when the kid come off the track, like, did you feel like you ran the best you could? Well, hey, you won in my book. But like I said, the program been going on for 11 years, and I partnered. I don't feel funny kind of saying this, but like I use smoke and mirrors to keep my program going. Like I partner with the recreation department, so we have access to vehicles to get the kids who parents can't get them anywhere. And it also, and I work part time in the recreation department too. But it's probably like I said, when I first started this, I went to Bill. A lot of kids won't sign up for no sports in Kinston. So I was like, Bill, I got this idea. He said, Chappelle, just fly with it. He said, I know how passionate you are about kids, this, that. He said, you just go. So he just gave me the free rein.
Kinston could not have anybody better than him.
It's most definitely. And like I said, I love him. And he like I said, he knows my heart. And like I said, we go, the kids, I check their progress reports, and I make the kids have an 85. Now, if you don't got an 85 in their progress report, work on the practice, well, you might be doing 100 sit-ups, you might be running a mile, and all the principals in the schools know me. If I got to come up to, if your kids run with me and I need to come up to that school, I'm up there. So I let the kids know, like, man, I don't care about a $6 medal. I care about you as a person. And this is, getting off subject a little bit, one thing that I'm very passionate about, and I think like the NAACP or some powerful organization should take upon itself to stop letting high schoolers pass with a 60 and play sports with a 60. We had grown-ups using these kids up. Then when they hit the 12th grade, if you look at the jails now, majority of people out there are guys who ex-athletes who've been part of something since they were 6 years old. And when we finish with them after 12th grade, we treat them like they're disposable things and they're humans. So I let my kids know, like, I had one of my mother's calls, she was like, Coach Pitt, my daughter crying, she got an 84. I said, I love it. And I'm so happy. I said, at one point, hey, that's outstanding. But when you set a threshold, people go for that threshold. If you tell a young man especially that he can pass with a 60, we doing so much damage that we don't realize how many generations we got to go back to correct that. And you never hear anybody, politicians, I don't care what organization, black, white, or whatever, speak out against this. It's just like push the kid along. Right. If your kid on medication, it's almost like you bartering your kid for somewhere to stay, extra money. Your kid is worth more than that. So I grew up with a mother. I have 4 sisters, never knew my father. And she had dropped me off at this baseball game, cheer for me an hour, take my sister music lessons. We went to the Christ the King Catholic school here until it closed down and belonged to a public school. It was like a major culture shock. But to see my mother struggle with us, and she put a great example for me, that's why I always tell people, like, any good that you see from me, you see my mother. And I live my life like that. You know what I'm saying? So that's why, like, tires thing I've got with kids, I never try not to let the kids down. And that's something that I wholeheartedly. For jobs, I got to work around this job to do this or whatever. And like I said, some of these kids don't have hopes or dreams. And I always tell people, like, we in a 5-minute society now. When we grew up, the guidance counselor, you like, I want to be a doctor. Well, this is what you have to do, this step, you have to do this, that. Now, a lot of guidance counselors' full-time job is, he takes medicine today, or this or that. So as grown-ups now, we got to dream for the kid, we got to motivate the kid, we got to do all these things and then do it again the next day. So I try to, be a big, small fish in a big pond per se. But like I said, everybody knows me in Kinston. Everybody know my kids in all the surrounding states. And like I said, Kinston Spirits, Virginia Beach, like we go up there and tear it up. Like I said, I took the kids last year, so Junior Olympics was so far away. I said, well, I'm gonna take them on a special trip. So we went to Georgia. And if there's any college or what you call, we'll drive through the college. I'll be like, man, get a girl something around here, go to the college. So whatever you can do to motivate the kids,
That's right.
And like I said, I build relationships with coaches. I have kids, believe it or not, I got kids come from Camp Lejeune, Richlands, Greenville, Farmville, a lot of kids from Farmville. All surrounding towns come to Kinston because of the training that I do with these kids, the results that we get. So it's sometimes I have more kids from out of Kinston that's actually in Kinston participating. But it's just let you know how strong, with these, like I say, when you build something and it's a good product, people will come.
Your reputation carries, right?
Yes, ma'am. Definitely. So, like I said, I'm 54 years old. Like I said, this is my hometown. People could say what they want. I moved back here like 13, 14 years ago. And this is the fabric that built me who I am and whatever. So I always feel like there's always positive things in Kinston. You just got people got to get out and do it. People, and I'm a big proponent. If I see a kid somewhere or a parent, I'm like, what your kid doing? So you need to get them signed up. And they'll be like, well, I ask, I'm like, bro, if your kid name ain't on the light bill or help paying the rent or stuff, stop giving kids choices. Like I had a mother brought a son out. He came to the first practice. He was like a little, out of sorts with. I said, just promise me he won't quit. She said, okay, I'm gonna bring him back. Then he had such a great time. Then she started seeing the gift, the natural gift that he possessed. And I said, now, aren't you glad you didn't let him quit? And I tell him like this, if you bring your kid there and stay, he's gonna win or she's gonna win automatically. You're either gonna be in better shape, you're gonna get faster, you're gonna meet new friends, you're gonna meet people from different walks of life that you maybe never have crossed paths with. And like I said, we go. I just put our schedule out yesterday. Like we go to Virginia for our first track meet.
Yep.
Tomorrow.
Go ahead.
Okay.
Finish your statement because we're gonna take a break.
Okay. Yeah, but like I said, I'm just like I said passionate about kids, and like I said, if you look on Instagram, Kinston Spirits on Instagram, and my personal page, Trail Pit, when you see the stuff that's going on up there, it's just something that's gonna gravitate. That if you got kids, grandkids, nieces and nephews that you want to be a part of, and I'll tell people it takes a village. So if you got a niece, sisters, daughter who not doing what they're supposed to do, step up and make sure that kid wins.
Okay. Okay, we're going to take a break right here. When we come back, we're going to have some questions for Mr. Pitt. Okay?
And this portion of the show is brought to you by B&J Small Engine Repair. They buy, sell, and repair all makes and models and all types of riding lawnmowers. He can be reached at 690 Will Baker Road, Kinston, or contact him at 252-624-4724. That's B&J Small Engine Repair.
Reynolds Seafood is a proud sponsor of our show. Located at 336 North Heritage Street, you can get the freshest local seafood around. Reynolds has all your favorite fish, spots, mullets, and more. It's oyster season, and Reynolds has fresh North Carolina oysters. Love fish too? Go to Reynolds. They have onions, potatoes, and fish cut up, all ready to cook. Shop local, shop Reynolds, where you find whatever seafood your family craves. Call Reynolds at 252-523-3474. That's 252-523-FISH. Visit Reynolds at 336 North Heritage Street, Kinston.
All right. If you're looking for a home and you're in need of a dependable realtor, please call Heartland Realty. Myron Rouse, he's your man. You can reach him at 252-320-2158. That's 252-320-2158.
This portion of the show is brought to you by Kit's Mini Mart, 317 East Caswell Street, Kinston, where you can find women's dresses and shoes, men's jeans and shoes. Also, they have snow cones with all the flavors, fresh pork skins and peanuts, where they sell the best for less. Kit's Mini Mart, 317 East Caswell Street, right here in Kinston.
Prime time lawn care and pressure washing. Galanka Brock is serving Eastern North Carolina. You can reach him at 252-640-4060. Galanka Brock. That's prime time lawn care and pressure washing.
And we're back. So we're going to start off now with the questions to Mr. Pitt. We're going to start with Beth, since she got a question already for Mr. Pitt.
First, I have to say it's an absolutely beautiful thing that you do. I know we're short on time. Tell me about funding, because it costs a lot of money. Do you have grants? Not to be personal.
Oh, no. We don't have grants, and I haven't done anything for us being a nonprofit. But I like I said, when people know my heart, my passion, like I said, I'm from here. So I have people, and I'm gonna give you like an example. Like we had little things like last June, Fly Exclusive gave us $5,000 for like uniforms, this, that, and I put their logo on the back of our uniform. And when we go to a track meet, I always had like the boys will be fly exclusive athlete of the meet. Oh. So I'll make a little fancy thing up for each boy, like the high school boy, middle school boy, elementary boy. Then the girls will be, we had, I'm trying to think what's, Nikisha Williams. She has two companies. She has a tax office thing, and she does home health. And she's a big supporter of Kinston Spirits too. So her logo is on the back of our.
So you have pretty much sponsors?
Yeah, well, we have sponsors, but like I said, we go year round. So like we make it happen. Like the train gonna go regardless. You know, and that's one thing about what I do. And every kid is going to look just like the other kid. We have the nicest uniforms. Like our uniforms look better than any high school, a lot of college uniforms in what's called. So
great.
I always feel like the kids look like something, they feel like something, they're gonna be something, you know. So and like I said, and I'm gonna tell you, like, you can never say free to nobody, but people respect if they gotta pay $1. And I'm gonna give you an example. Like I'm telling you, and I never do it, but no kid. I know the temperature of my kids. No kids going out, but I know the situation with them. But I don't give you a quick example. That I had a mother pay $10 one time. And the kid went all the way to Charlotte. She wanted to know what some change left for me. But yeah, so like I said, we like I said, we make it happen. Like people, you know, help us out, whatever. Mm-hmm. And I put stuff in with it. But like I said, we always make a way.
Awesome. Thank you.
Triquita?
Okay, well, Mr. Pitt, you have said a mouthful. A lot of my questions, you have already eliminated those questions because you answered them. But one more question that I have for you. Okay, as far as, you know, you being a mentor to these kids, do you have like a disciplinary system where you know, take them out of a track meet, you know, as a consequence for negative behaviors in school or at home?
Yeah, most
things
definitely.
like that?
I handle situations. My situation. One thing kids know about me, I don't care what it is, I do not play disrespect to your mom.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying? And I'll probably put the hands on you. Now, even though somebody be passe or whatever, but yeah, like I said, if the grade's not going good, and normally I have 4 practices a week, and I'm like, look, you might not need to come during the weekday, just come on the weekend, you know, for getting your work stuff. But like I said, I'm gonna go visit that school with you. We're gonna come up with a plan. You're gonna write me a plan. You're gonna write a plan for your parent, and as far as grades going on, like I said, if the parents let me know this, I was like, hey, we can help jump them. You know what I'm saying? But no, you have, like I said, I'm old school. If it ain't broke, it don't need to be fixed.
Right.
The way I was raised up, even though they had corporal punishment in school, some of my most memorable teachers, when they put that wood on me, I remember to this day. And I had a teacher. You can't do that anymore. But there's ways of doing stuff to get kids on board. Mm-hmm. And like I said, to me, it's like this. I always tell people, and I teach fitness classes and stuff, different stuff also. So I feel like this. You can't be, in this generation, you can't be out of shape and be a parent and a grandparent. You can't go give a man 8 hours a day and come home on fumes for these kids. So you got to make your mind. I always feel like if you lay down and make a kid, you got to break your neck to make sure these kids can succeed. And it used to be an old saying, you want better for your kid than what you had. Mm-hmm. If you just graduated high school, you want your kid to go to college. Mm-hmm. If you got a business, you want your kids to have 2 business stuff. And you should have some pride in your last name and these kids out here. So like I said, to me, you already got an honorary uncle when I'm coaching.
Right. Everybody should have that philosophy.
That's right. Mr. Johnny, you got another question?
I just have one more question. I know you said that as far as your groups, you have had as many as 40 or 50 at a time. Uh-huh. So is there an age range? What's the youngest that you would take from the youngest to the oldest?
I take 4 to 18. Okay. And I had some kids, I said, if a 3-year-old come out there and they can walk and they ain't no mama's baby, let them get out there. And we also, so it's 4 to 18, and then during track season, 19 through 30 is called open. So I've had grown-ups, 30 through 99 is masters. Oh. So when we go to track meets, I say, ain't no excuse. Like, he can throw a shot put, they got competitive walking, they got javelin. That's why I say it's something for every person to do. And I've had whole families come out there, one-stop shop. So there ain't no excuse. So for the mama, the dad, the kids, no matter how much you got, something to do.
One more. When you say they come out there, where's your location?
Oh, I practice at Kinston High School, and I practice at 6 o'clock. And it's like I drive transit part-time too. So I always tell people like this, I don't know what the weekend is. I do something 7 days a week. So my day, I'm gonna get just a quick general thing how my day start. I get up like 4 something in the morning. I teach a 5 o'clock fitness class. I teach a 6 o'clock fitness class. I have a break, an hour in between. I come back and teach an 8:15 class at Fairfield. Then usually 2 days I have personal training session. Then I normally get on transit like 11:30 to 6. Shoot right from transit to Kinston High School. Then sometimes I do personal training after that. So like that's how I roll, and like I'm doing something 7 days a week.
Okay. Mr. Joey, you got a question? Gotta make it quick.
Mr. Pitt, we definitely need more people like you.
I appreciate it.
You know, I had a foster kid at one time that we used to bring up there to the track.
Yeah, I remember.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
And the kid is doing good now.
That's awesome.
He liked baseball, but it's because I think of what you instilled in that you can attitude, you know, made him want to even try harder.
Right.
You know, so really appreciate that. And today with childhood obesity, you mentioned about how kids like their cell phones and tablets, and
Right.
you know, they're not doing what we used to do.
No, not at all.
You know, yeah. And this is why diabetes is more prevalent now in children.
Absolutely.
You know, and we have a type 3 diabetes, which they're calling dementia. You know, but all of this has to be addressed at the age that you're working with.
Right, most definitely.
You know, and hopefully, you know, there'll be a walk around for the parents.
Right.
You know?
And look, I tell them, I'm like, they're more than welcome to get out there on the track, get on lane
Yeah.
8 and walk around. And they just built a beautiful track. They didn't finish it at MOL.
Yeah.
And I would tell people like this is one thing about Kinston. People like there's nothing to do with Kinston. There's plenty to do. You got to look to find what to do. The recreation, the senior citizen places. I drop people off on the transit. They go in Snow Hill, Pink Hill, everywhere. There's things to do. When I grew up in Kinston, we had a Black Artists Guild. I played every instrument growing up. Like I said, we grew up in Catholic church, so we went to Our Lady of Atonement. And another thing you do, like on Sunday, you visited. You went to go see grandma. You got some knowledge. You went to see granddaddy. You went to see aunt. It was like a world tour on Sunday, and it's something. And I appreciate the old people pulling me aside, give me a little nugget of knowledge. This is how you talk to a girl, or this is how you tie this, that. We've got so desensitized now, like, and I hate to say, use the term and say the inmates running the asylum, but we just putting kids on cruise control. These kids out here, just like you see vandalism going on Queen Street, breaking windows and this, that. I told kids, I said, you couldn't even play with us when we grew up. I was outside 10 hours on Monday. Y'all do something 3 hours a week and think you should be a superstar, you know? But like I said, we ride our bikes, cross town, for cell phones, for internet stuff. Well, we gonna be in Mitchell to play all this time. We gonna be at Southeast play all this time. We gonna be in the Caribbean play all this time. And we'll be on tour like sweating, drinking out of the water hose. You ain't going in and out of nobody's house. So like I said, I'm old school. And if it ain't broken, it ain't fixed. And you take my kids, I had 2 kids come to practice last night from Eastern Wayne, Goldsboro. And my little 4th grade girl was like, Mr. Pitt, they ain't in shape. They laid on the grass and stuff. So like I said, my little kids are soldiers.
Okay. Teresa, you got something?
Well, Mr. Pitt, again, echo what they said. I'm very thankful for what the things you've done. I know what it's like because I coached AAU, middle school, high school, basketball. Definitely not track,
And I
but
do basketball. So.
But how would someone get in contact with you if they want to get their kids?
You know, I'm telling you, this might sound funny. This used to be, I used to say this for years. I said I'm the easiest black man to find in Kinston. The number has never changed, and I don't know X amount. Y'all all believe keep the same number, but you can call the recreation department. I'm at Fairfield. My number is 252-939-0263. On Facebook, it's Chaprell Marcellus Pitt, Kinston Spirits. On Instagram, it's Chaprell Pitt. And like you can ask anybody, somebody will know. You know what I'm saying? That's why I hate going to like Walmart or store, because I go in there for one thing, I'm in there like 3 hours, somebody talks to me. But yeah, I mean, I'm easy to get in contact with.
Okay.
You had said one thing. You said that you do personal training. Is that at a gym?
I use at Fairfield, there's a room at Fairfield. So I do personal training, I do sports specific training, teach box. I pretty much do everything. I've been certified. When the women first opened, I worked in there till COVID, you know, kind of, and then that's the thing where my kids have an advantage of me being the coach is I know sports training, I know all that stuff. So like I said, when we go somewhere, we got a motto, we're not going to nobody's gym, nobody's state. and another team will be in better shape than us. So we always represent. Everywhere we go. Like I said, we done went to like 4 or 5 states. Like we always ring bells when we go.
Okay.
That's good.
We're just about to run out of time. If anybody else got any question that's really pressing.
Don't you think that it makes a big difference for many children to have a male mentor like you?
I think so, and that's another thing.
So many families don't have it.
They don't have it, and that's another thing I forgot to say. When I grew up, every rec center you went to, there was a young male there, straight edge, that if you didn't have a father, he put that in you. And that's what I try to pattern myself to. Like when I was young, Copperhead was at Holloway, Boot was at Atkin, and Thurman. He was at Fairfield. But you know, all of a sudden, so if you didn't have a male, like Solomon Shoe Shop, like Ray, you had guys who were like, he's a businessman, how can I do that? He driving a nice car, he's not selling drugs, it's that. So I try to go over the thing to let people see the positivities and stuff, but you do need a thing. And I told some teachers on Teach for America, like if you go to Southeast School, if they put pictures of families eating dinner on the wall, this man's a doctor on the wall, like it's like guerrilla warfare. You know, when you see it seeking like, oh, that's
that subliminal message.
Exactly. So I'm a big proponent of that. Like I said, if it's not broke, it don't need to be fixed. Let's get back old school.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Thank you.
All right. Go ahead,
So I
Tracy.
see that you say you have females. Do you have a female trainer or a female coach that's working with you?
Well, I got a team on, but really, I have coaches who, Kevin Ingram is a male coach that helps us out and stuff. But like me, I mean, and I'm, like women more equal rights, bro. Hey, this work for everybody.
Right. Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But and it's no issue for us. They go. Like I said, really, most of my clientele is 95% white females.
Okay.
Like you look at some of my exercise videos on Instagram and Facebook. But yeah, so and I also tell people like, if you want equal rights, don't want equal rights on the good stuff. Get equal rights to everything. You know what I'm saying?
Okay. Well, it has certainly been a pleasure having you here, Mr. Pitt.
I appreciate it.
But I tell you, we need more time, so we're going to bring you back again.
Hey, I love to talk. Like I said, I do motivation speaking. I spoke Rochelle's graduation a couple years back.
Oh, wow.
And I'm going to tell you something quick. I told people, I said, when I grew up, if people knew you was a Pitt, they knew your granddad, this and that. I said, now we got houses with 5 names in them, so they got to look at your face
Yeah.
like, you look like a such and such. But that name held something to you. Like somebody knew my granddad, I'm like, I got to act good.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying?
right, yeah.
So we got to, just like I tell people, if the moms ain't doing what they're doing, like, let's be the village, be the sub thing in each family.
Exactly.
It can be a little headache, but I'd rather do this and then he go to college, then can you come get me out of jail? You know what I'm saying, or this or that. So, and we having such a breakdown of family because they used to say a child will never love the parents as much as or society come to an end because they will never leave you. This generation, we raising them now so they can't leave us. And I ask some kids questions like, they didn't know what a block was. But yeah, so.
Yeah, we're going to talk about that next time
I got you.
because we're about ready to run out of time. I want to say that it's been a pleasure having you here.
Appreciate it.
I've learned so much that I didn't even know.
Right.
Okay, so that just tells me why you were chosen as one of their hometown heroes. Kinston has you, and I think they have something that's very, very special.
Thank you.
And it's so special that we at the Ray Mart Radio Show, we're going to donate $500
Well, thank you.
to help you and your children.
Wow.
Thank you.
Not only are we going to do $500, we're going to take the $500 and put it in a pot.
Okay.
Okay? Our goal to give you exactly 60 days from today, we're going to give you $3,000.
Well, I appreciate it. Very much.
Okay? Because that is going to help these children with the finances, the uniforms and the trips and all of that, because you have certainly earned it.
I appreciate it.
So we got $500 in the pot right now. I'm gonna go out to all my friends that say they're my friends, and we're gonna start taking up collections. We're gonna do whatever we gotta do. But 60 days from today, we're gonna give you $3,000. That's the goal.
Appreciate it. Thank you.
I'm putting $500 up front myself.
I appreciate it.
Okay.
Like I tell people, I don't care if it's $1 or whatever. We thankful for what it is. The train will keep on going. But like I said, anything, like I said, appreciate it helps, and it helps your community.
That's right.
So how do we contribute to the pot?
Okay, you're going to Cash App me at capital E 3711. It's going to show up on your screen 5 or 6 times. And if you miss it, look me up on Facebook, look it up on my personal page, or you can go to the Ray Mart Radio page, and all this information will be there because Mr. Pitt has certainly earned it. And whatever we can do for him, we're going to do it. Okay?
Yes. Thank you, y'all.
Okay. So, well, there you have it. It's the Ray Mart Radio Show. And we're out.
It's the Ray Mart Radio Show.
Some of it you're going to like, some of it you ain't.
Ray Mart Radio. Radio. Radio.